So, welcome back. Welcome back to Morning Coffee Videos. It's been a quiet one. Welcome back to lockdown. We've just gone back into lockdown in South Africa. Level 4 adjusted. We'll talk about that now. And welcome back to, I'm guessing for me, content creation and shit like that. So, when did I last do one of these? So, Iceland was amazing. The place is next level beautiful. And I know we always say this, but it's literally you can stop almost anywhere and you can get pretty decent shots, photographically speaking. The places we visited on this tour is so photographic, it's ridiculous. I mean, I can actually tell you. Hang on one second. So I had two cameras on my iPhone. The stuff I imported into Lightroom, I'm busy cleaning that up now. On my EM1 II, I shot 657 images. On my EM1X, I shot 2,580 images. And on my iPhone 12 Pro Max, I shot 2,044. Now, there's a lot of duplicates in there, which I'm in the process now. I'm just creating smart previews and one-to-one previews. And then I'm going to start cleaning it up later today. But it is absolutely amazing. There's just something about that kind of natural beauty, which is so foreign to Africa, that just speaks to me. It really is amazing. I think there's a little bit of Svalbard in it, in that it almost feels like you're stepping into a movie. It's amazing. It really is. So I'm back there, I think in January only, for the winter tour, which is a lot colder and a lot different. We do the same waterfalls, but it's like a different scene altogether. It's in January sometime. Then, my hair's quite big. Going for a haircut later in the week. I was supposed to go last week, didn't get there. I just got back from Iceland in the morning and I was too tired. What was I saying? Oh, many of you have asked, have I seen the volcano? Did we go see the volcano? The answer is no, because of fucking COVID. So on the way back, on the last day, we were planning to get there on the 22nd. It was the last day of the tour. But the guests had to go for their PCR test. Now, even though it took literally like 17 minutes to get results, it still took us away and we had to drive and stuff. It didn't happen. The next morning, I had to go for mine because I flew a day later. I had to go for my PCR test. Super efficient. Get there, mask on. In the whole of Iceland when I was there, they had 5 cases. So nobody wears masks unless you go into medical facilities or testing stations. So I put my mask on, get to the front, show them the barcode that you got an email. You walk in, they test you. I walked back to my hotel, and about 17 minutes later, I got my results. Incredibly efficient. Anyway, I had to do that in the morning. So when I got back, I started looking to rent a car. Phoned a couple of places, emailed a couple of places, spoke to the hotel. I literally couldn't get a car to rent. Now, the volcano tours they were offering is expensive as shit because, hey, it's a target market. But I am back there in January, like I said. Hey, I'm back there in January. Hey, Jackson. Sorry. I'm back in January, and one sec. Move. Jackson's picking on Ziggy. Anyway, so normally when these volcanoes happen, right? If you look at the like pipe that comes down the middle, let's simplify this. There's a pocket of lava and hot stuff, and that thing pops and it explodes. And that once the pocket's empty, it dies off. But this one they've measured and like scanned or whatever, it's 20 kilometers deep. So there's a very, very good chance this thing will be going for quite some time. And if I get there in January, I'm going to try and book flights a couple of days earlier and go there because I'm thinking fire and ice in one shot. That could be pretty cool. But anyway, so didn't see the thing, but had the most incredible day in Reykjavik, which is an amazing city. It's like a mixture of an Arctic city and Europe. The feel is just amazing. Anyway, I haven't edited anything. I've pulled like 1 or 2 pictures just to share out. Like I said, creating the previews now. And then I will go from there. Today, we are working from home again. From today because of COVID. Level 4 lockdown. So for the next 2 weeks at least working from home. And then on the 24th or something of July, I'm going to Kenya for a Mara trip for 1 week and then back. And then I think my next 2 or 3 trips are all pending based on the regulations of the country we're traveling to. But anyway, it should be. There's a Mana pools in there. There's another Mara in there. But yeah, it all depends on, because right now some of them have changed their rules, like we'll do all the time. Anyway, so working from home, I still have to. It's still a bit messy here. I haven't really unpacked all my tech stuff, so I'm gonna sort all this shit out, and then I'm gonna get into a routine here of I'm gonna try and do a blog a day and a podcast a day. Not sure what on yet or how long they're gonna be, but get back into content creation. I'm also, and I mentioned this when I was in jail in Reykjavik. That means quarantine in a hotel. I am also looking. I'll probably do 1 or 2 webinars over the next couple of weeks. Just fun stuff. Let's see how that goes. But that's it. Back to training this morning. I trained nothing, zero in Reykjavik. I trained twice in jail, but the rest of the time, because the sun goes down at like 11:45 in the evening, and it rises again if you're in the south at about 2:45. If you're in the north, like 1:45. So you have anything between 3 hours and 40 minutes of night. Sleep ain't one of the things you really do there, but it's fine. It was worth it. So got back into it this morning with working from home and from experience. I mean, you guys will all know it's very important to have a routine. So every morning now at 6 o'clock, I'm going to train cardio, mobility, meditation. I've started like an app, which is actually one of the better ones I've had. Get into that a little bit, breathing exercises and such. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to clean up my emails. I'm going to write a blog on the Walt and I site. I'm going to record a podcast. Might be an interview. It depends on how it goes. A lot of people I still want to get back on the interview. It's just been a bit of a clusterfuck the last while. And then I'm going to do some studying books over here. I need to work through all of this. Yeah. And then in the afternoon, if I have motivation and creativity left, I'm going to do a short blog on my personal website as well. So I'm going to try and stick to that routine. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. I think that's it. Did some Q&As on my feed again. It's fascinating what some people ask. It's fun. But yeah, we'll get to some of those interesting questions at some stage. I also posted a couple of Iceland pictures on my feed. I was listening to the news this morning. How's this? So we have an opposition leader here, Julius Malema, and he obviously opposes the government because he's in competition with them. And he now said, I literally just heard this now, that people should ignore the regulations that was put in place last night by our president and the government, going back to level 4, ban of alcohol sales and consumption, curfew from 9 to 4. And he's urging his followers and people to ignore that until, I think his thing was there's a proper plan for more vaccine rollouts or something. What a dick. I mean, I get it. Some people want to vaccinate, others don't want to. But let's look at the greater good here. It's just silly. It really is. Actually, speaking about vaccines, what's the date? I should be getting a message to go for my second one in the next week or 2. Week and a half, actually, then I should have it. Which, I mean, is interesting because it doesn't really make your life easier when you travel. You still have to get the PCR test. You still have, in some countries, to quarantine, even though you have it. So I get it, but it's all good. Okay, I'm going to get busy working. I'm going to do this every morning this week. The coffee videos are back for this week. We're approaching episode 100, which is pretty cool. And then, make sure to keep an eye on the blog, on the podcast, on my feed. I'll be sharing a lot of new content out. Might have webinar dates for you guys soon, but let's see how that goes. And, Okay, question for the day. How's this? Question for the day. I don't know which country you're in. If you had to go back into lockdown, but like strict lockdown like the first time, what would you do differently? I know what I would do differently, but I'll tell you some other time. If you had to go back into lockdown, full lockdown, like that hard fucking stay at home, can't put your head out the door, what would you do differently this time around? I'm going to pack up this office a little bit, and then I'm going to get to work. I'll see you tomorrow. My name is Gerry from Walt and I. Bye.